Hi, Tom Cole, the coach for Buckeye Cable System and BCSN, and welcome into another edition of Sports Flash. Really an honor for me tonight to welcome in a lifelong friend, Mr. Phil Skeldon, the Christian Services Director at St. John's Jesuit, and an outstanding student, Mario Franco-Di from St. John's Jesuit also. Phil, start with you. First of all, congratulations on the work you do. You know, we cross paths in the community. We're at different things constantly, and you know, you're always a guy that, and I've taught with you, been privileged to teach with you for years. You've always been a guy that's looked out for other people, and a lot of times people that didn't have people looking out for them. And what I admire most is you never ring your own bell. You always do it in kind of a low profile way. Where did you get this service oriented lifestyle that you've been so successful with?
Well, I think it's like you, Tom. It's our parents. It's our parents that really fed that into me. And then, as I went into college, it was Father Dan Zach who really had a huge impact on me. And then, the Jesuits over the last 29 years, because that's really their charism. It's men for others, and it's reaching out to those marginalized people who, can't speak for themselves. Yeah,
and you live it. Sometimes occasionally people will talk it, but when the lights go off and the cameras and other things, they're doing other things. Doesn't make a difference whether the camera light's on or off. You have lived that every day and are a remarkable role model for the young people, for all of us adults. Mario, I know you've had great success at St. John's Jesuit on the soccer fields and student council rep and going to Ohio State. Tell the folks what you're going to study.
I'm going to study biology.
Okay, and where does biology get you to at Ohio State down the road?
Right now, I'm not too sure. I either want to do dentistry or medicine.
But you're going to be a doctor. and you didn't come by this. You didn't just, at home, Mario, spin a wheel in your room and has doctor, lawyer, accountant, business owner, and it came up on doctor. Tell the folks the doctor situation you have in your family.
Yeah, my mom was a doctor. My dad and my half-brother is, and all my uncle, my grandpa, all my family is doctors. So
you, my friend, are going to be a doctor. So you don't even think about anything else, Mario. That's going to happen. Phil, we wanted to chat about, you did something so interesting, your summer immersion programs. You've been running for 25 years at St. John's Jesuit, and you did something very unique. You went to El Salvador, and it's called Courts for Kids. And I'll let you frame it because you lived it with the kids.
Absolutely. We've been doing immersion trips, as you said, for about 25 years. And our main immersion trip is in Guatemala with a group called International Samaritan. And our students work with the communities that live off the dump in Guatemala City. It's a powerful experience. We've been doing that for years. But over the years, there have been more and more students who want to do these immersion trips because they're life-changing. They really are. And a friend of mine who works at the Jesuit High School in New Orleans said, you've got to hook up with this organization called Courts for Kids. It was started by a Division I basketball player and his wife, and they basically go around to the developing world in tropical areas and build basketball courts in rural villages, because in these tropical areas during rainy season, the kids in the village have no place to play. Everything's mud, okay? So they found that if you build a basketball court, it can double as a volleyball court,
so it can be multi-purpose facility.
Absolutely, because they want to be inclusive of the girls in the village also, and some of these cultures that are more patriarchal. So it's life-giving to these communities, and it's the hardest work I think I've ever done. But it is a blast, and it changes the community, and it also, I think probably even more so, changes our students at St. John's.
Oh, I can understand that. Mario, you did this, right? You went down there, you helped build these courts. Tell me about the work, and what did it do to you personally, Mario?
So the work, I mean, all the students that went down on the trip, we had a rotation of work to do. It was sand, which was the least favorite, gravel, water, and rocks. And we'd have to get shovels and put the material in these buckets, and we'd have to carry them ourselves and dump them in these cement mixers. And then we would take wheelbarrows and plant it onto the surface of where we're going to lay out the court. And the most rewarding part about it was just to learn more about myself and see how hard I can work, and when it's hot, and sometimes you don't see a reward, but seeing the reward at the end and seeing the kids and how it changed, like their lives was just so rewarding and an awesome experience.
Yeah, I'm sure you built up a few extra. Did you have some guns when you came back?
Yeah.
I mean, you had the muscles going?
Yeah.
You know, that had to be such an awesome experience for you, Mario, because knowing that you changed lives of kids and families in that community, did that really touch you?
Yeah, I mean, it's an experience that a lot of people don't like get to have, and when the course finished, just to see how like it really changed the community and brought like the women and the kids and the men all together to in something beautiful as a sport, to come together and have that as a community. It was just really awesome to see that.
Phil, I know when you go down there, you're taking great kids down. You know, I know how great the kids are, but you've got to see a metamorphosis in the great kids that even jump another level after seeing how maybe people that, you know, don't have, you know, they don't have the luxuries and they don't have the things. And do you see an appreciation more for the kids when they get back in their own environments and their own families? Talk about that a little bit.
Totally. I mean, these guys, when they come back from this experience, they are more into service.
Yes.
And doing that because of the experience they had down there. Some people would argue, why do you spend $2,000 a piece to send these kids down, or they raise their own money? Why would they do that? Why don't you just send the money down there?
Right.
But these are future leaders, and these are guys that are going to bring the story back and impact their own societies and really honor the people that they've served down there by helping people back in these communities. You know, and Courts for Kids says we are building this court with the people.
Right.
We're not the wonderful United States people who are coming down
Right.
and we're going to do this for you. That's why we're using cement mixers and not cement trucks.
Right.
We're doing it with the people in the way that they would. And I think through that struggle of doing that with the people, this group bonds and they want to come back and give continually to the people here in their community. These guys also, a few months after they came back, told the school we're doing a collection, and they raised enough money to put lights up.
Oh my
they
gosh.
sent down there and built lights for the community down there so they could play at night.
What a great caveat to a wonderful event. You know, it's a little like the Malcolm Gladwell book of creating a tipping point. I think these young men have this valuable experience, and then the rest of their lives, they're going to look for opportunities to give back, and it's so valuable. Phil and Mario, on behalf of Buckeye Cable and BCSN, we are so proud of you, what you've done, the difference that you're making, and you're really exemplary models for all of us to look at and say, I think John Kennedy said one person can make a difference and everyone should try, and you're setting examples of that. Congratulations to you for the fine work you've done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tom Coley, coach for Buckeye Cable and BCSN.